10:00, we get started and we welcome everybody. And as usual, we welcome everybody with the blood we share, which is this vial that we usually fill with red wine, or if you don't drink. And then Siddharth has.
I have some fusilli, which is representing the DNA that we share not only with other human creatures, but all the animals around us as well.
And this project has been going on its own. It's never been invited or funded or anything else. We just decided it's important. And every time we forget it, the animals call us back, remind us that we're animals too, and how important diversity is. Because the whole thing about the Hox gene is that we all start the same, but we end up being so diverse. And the diversity is what keeps us all together. So Siddharth can talk a little bit more about the diversity to give you a sense of what keeps us together.
Yeah, and the idea is we look around us and we see differences in between us as humans and races, and also all the different species that look so different. We have a head and 2 hands and 2 feet, but a spider has 8 legs or an elephant has big ears. But the genes that control all these beautiful body plans are all the same. So we wanted us to recognize that we are not just humans, but we are also animals, and we share a planet with these animals, and they are with us as pets, they are with us as science experiments, they are with us as mythology, they're with us as food every day on our tables. And so we want to make sure we bring that to the highlight and make sure that we're not destroying all of them before we get to know them much better.
Or ourselves, because we also present ourselves as animals and really tried to build empathy and realize that all of us contain all of the animals within us. So we all have the full wheel within us. In preparation for today, I pulled out randomly one of the many books of animals, and I pulled up this one, Animals Matter, which is a wonderful book by Mark Beckhoff, who is a biologist. And he has a whole section where he talks about the empathy in science labs and how initially, when he was looking for a program to work in, to research, he was just so struck by the way the animals were being treated that he kept moving from program to program because he kept wanting to pursue biology and animal research. And there was one professor who just had this technique of rabbit punch to kind of kill the animal and really violently. And this actually kind of started his whole thinking about not against experimenting with, but actually creating empathy and really understanding that when you have that kind of empathy as a scientist with the animals you're experimenting with, it becomes almost like a collaboration. And it's a very different attitude and could result in different research that comes out of it. And Siddharth and I had many conversations of this from the very start because he's a neuroscientist and he had to work and probably still does with rat brains. And maybe you should say a couple of words about that.
Yeah, I think the tradition of scientists emerged from the field of naturalists, where naturalists were looking at animals for the sake of understanding them. But somewhere down the line, just like food got industrialized, science also got industrialized, and it's become almost like a factory where you can buy the rat you're experimenting on the day you want to work on it. So you don't know how it's fed, you don't know how it grows up. So it's more of an industrial production unit as opposed to knowing what the animal is and growing it and learning all about it and understanding the animal for sake of understanding the animal. And I think that's what we want to highlight. A part of this is to, even as scientists, we need to kind of break away from some of that and feel that empathy or feel that sense of what this animal is, and not just use it as a tool in your array of tools, but try and understand that the animal as well.
The last thing I would like to mention, or both of us actually, is how important cultural differences are. And this project more and more became about that. So we celebrated the New Year, the Orthodox New Year, Chinese New Year. We're going to celebrate the Tibetan New Year. Last year, we celebrated the Persian New Year in a big way with Mariam. And all of us come from very different backgrounds, and we bring in that cultural richness to the table. And so the Chinese zodiac became a great framework for us, but we're not Chinese and we recognize that, but we also honor the Chinese culture. And to have woken up today to the news that there was a mass shooting on a Chinese holiday, that's the beginning of a new year that's supposed to bring community together for hope, for a new beginning, was just really so, it really shook us up. And I believe everybody here agrees, because this kind of anti-immigrant sentiment that's on the rise around the world goes hand in hand with the way animals are being treated, the way nature is being treated, the way lack of diversity is giving way to these monocultures. So I would just like to recognize that and really take a moment to just wish for the people who died. There's 10 people who died, many got hurt. And for every one of those 10, there's probably another 20, 50 people. There's a ripple effect. And then, of course, it just feeds this horrible trend that's happening. Siddharth, do you want to say a word?
Yeah, so it's the again, the fact, one of the main things we want to get out of the project is to realize that when we look around us, we look all different, but we have that inherent sameness within us, and we need to start recognizing that more and more. So hopefully that is a different way of entry point into a more of a non-violent, assimilative movement, as opposed to this insular nationalism that's being created. And we are learning so much about different cultures as a part of this project, and everybody brings their own flavors and their own language into it, and it's becoming more and more exciting for us to learn about it, as well as the activism that it emerges in different places. People talk about their personal surroundings and how they are being activists in those surroundings, and that's again eye-opening for us, because we've not heard about it, and we are hoping this is the platform for some of those as well.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for all the animals showing up. And once again, we share our blood and DNA with you. And with that, we start with our first presenter, the most senior rabbit, who is James Jimjewski, nanoscientist, my partner. And yeah, so I think I'll just pass it on to you, Jim, because I'm excited about what you wanted to show and also what you wanted to share with everybody.
Okay, well, Happy New Year, everyone. I will give a very brief little talk, and then I'll show you the dish I prepared, but it's actually a dish that's prepared for the 25th, which is Burns Supper, and I'm Scottish, so we celebrate Burns Supper by having, I'll do that first, in fact, by having haggis. And haggis contains oatmeal, which is okay, but it also contains lungs and various other organs. So most people don't like it, but I found a vegetarian version of haggis that's extremely good. And I'll have some today. I made a whole pile, but it's for the 25th. And this is the dish. Mm. And what you see here is this vegetarian haggis. I think there's a recipe, maybe Victoria put out. And then here is this is called neeps, which is mashed turnip, and at the bottom is mashed potatoes. And it's traditionally done on Burns Supper. But anyway, That's
Wait, so I
my
forgot to
offering
we
to the
forgot to
rabbit.
mention that the mantra of Hak Zodiac is mm. And so when we hear a good story or see a good dish, everybody mm.
Okay, it's very good recipe.
And
Okay,
it really is good, I swear.
I actually like it. I've eaten normal haggis, and it can vary tremendously in quality, but this
Gross.
one is the best. And it's from the Guardian newspaper originally. Okay, so let me do my presentation. I have to share the screen here. Okay. Now, I'm hoping everyone sees a picture of rabbits. Is that correct?
Yes.
You see the rabbits, okay. So at the end of this year, I visited Japan, and I went various places. But one particular place that's interesting is Izumo, which is in the south. It's actually the opposite sort of coast to Hiroshima. And they have these rabbits everywhere. You can see them. And in addition, the rabbits typically are holding this strange object here. Anyway, the story of the rabbits is that there was this Izumo place is very important because every year in October, all the Shinto gods come to Izumo for a conference. But there was a god who was out at the sea, a Japanese god. He was out at the sea, and a shark came to attack the god. And the rabbits saw it, and they formed a bridge, a rabbit bridge, which allowed the god to escape. And in this area where there's beautiful shrines and temples and stuff, they have rabbits everywhere. But the strange thing about it is that, of course, being Buddhists, you can't eat meat. But the Buddhists there, the Shinto Buddhists, they like eating meat. So they decided that a rabbit is actually a bird. And so they ate all the rabbits. And actually, I never saw one rabbit when I was there, except. Okay, so this is a very interesting article, and it's about a person I worked with. His name was Walter Freeman III. His father was the person that introduced lobotomy into the United States and performed many lobotomies. It was a terrible thing. And in a way, Walter kind of tried to look at the brain in a deeper way. And the way he did this was to study rabbits, particularly their olfactory system. And he used, electrodes, EEG electrodes on their head. And he tried to correlate when a rabbit is able to identify smells. So he was trying to understand the concept meaning in a way, how animals or the brain has a sense of meaning. And so if he gave the rabbit here a smell that he didn't know, the rabbit would actually, his brain, his EEG patterns would become chaotic. And this is where this chaos comes in. Whereas if it was a smell that they knew, it was non-chaotic. It was more in this phase diagram, more like a circle. And I had the pleasure to work with Walter. This is Walter here holding we were both holding half a human brain each in 2015. And we were working together to try to understand ways to actually synthetically make a brain. It was a major project. And Walter is it was an amazing it's an amazing character, and he actually tried to put a mathematical kind of system to how the brain works in terms of things called K-sets. So that is Walter Freeman, and and the association with the rabbits. And this is the kind of, we try to develop a kind of model, and I'm not going to give you a scientific talk, so don't worry. But between the neuro pill and things we were making and models that he was working on, which was this percolation lattice model. But finally, I would say it's interesting that we're talking about the olfactory system, because Siddharth and I actually met when he was studying neurons developing in zebrafish, and that brought us together actually to produce a very nice scientific paper, which was not about the olfactory system of the zebrafish embryo, in fact, but actually of their eyeballs. And we published a paper in about 2 hours, not 2 hours, 2 weeks. 2 hours would be good, but that was it. So anyway, so I wish everyone, as I say, in Scotland, January 1st is New Year for us, but it's still nice on, was it January the 23rd or whatever, to celebrate this Chinese New Year. And don't forget to celebrate Burns Supper on the 25th. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Maybe you can stop sharing.
Yeah, stop sharing.
How wonderful. Any feedback from, well, Siddharth? First of all, I love that story about Freeman. It's incredible. The whole story, to start with his father doing lobotomies to ending up in chaos theory with the rabbits. It's incredible. And then the olfactory, of course, is such a great connection. So Siddharth, you and I also met when you were working with smell. And of course, we immediately went into dog smell and thinking about how
Well, we met because I went to Jim's office and I was like, I need to work with you. And he's like, no, you need to work with Victoria.
So you worked with both of us.
Yes.
You're a perfect art sci person. And Diane just joined. Diane has also worked with Jim. He got his PhD with Jim. You look like you're in some nice background, but you're probably right here in LA.
Hi, Diane.
Nice to see you. So we talk about multiculturalism. We got it right here. Next, we're going to hear from Pat Badani, who lives in Canada. She's born in Argentina, and she's a wonderful, amazing, complex artist. And we've been overlapping around food a lot, but her work is much more complex than that. And her contributions to our meetings have always been amazing. So I'm so happy she's here, and definitely spotlight, Pat. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. So I begin with this recommendation that was sent to me by my sister-in-law, who is Chinese Peruvian. Born in Peru from a Chinese family and went to Chinese schools. I mean, 100% Chinese otherwise. So she suggested that as a rabbit, I should place a mirror on my front door. This is, I think, Feng Shui. And the idea is to fend off bad luck and attract good luck. So anybody here who's a rabbit, I recommend that you do this on your front door. So, and my offering today are these chocolates, which,
wow.
And if you were really along my side, you would smell the aroma, talking about the olfactory aspect of all this. The chocolate is permeating my whole environment. It's actually delicious. But also I infused or mixed bitter orange peel, which is a herb associated with the rabbit. So I cast, this is a sculptural project, a food and sculptural project. So I created these by melting the chocolate, mixing the orange peel, and placing them in a mold. And voila, this is how I get my homemade chocolates infused by whatever I want to put into them. So I do this fairly often because I'm a chocolate consumer. When I'm working, I pop one of these about an hour. So it's better than having a chocolate bar, much more convenient. However, what I'm going to do today, I've created a game. Thinking back on Victoria's opening remarks, we live in such horrible times that I think it's terribly important to build personal utopias and community utopias. And playfulness is one way into those territories. Creating utopias through mindful play for me is very, very important, also as an artist. So with that said, I am going to stop sharing because this actually is an interactive game, which would work much better if we were sitting around a table, but we're going to try our best with this modality. And I only prepared 8. I know that there are many more of us present, but for convenience, because I could only fit 8 in a box, only 8 players for now. So the game entails one of you, whom I'll go around the table choosing whom, will choose a number and we will see what happens. This, by the way, is the rabbit fortune. I didn't glue them down. This is the rabbit fortune chocolate game. Okay, the association is obvious with the fortune cookies, which means that somewhere here there's a little message, a truism linked to eating habits mindfully. So this is a Papadani project, also a rabbit fortune chocolate game of luck. So shall we go around the table? I will choose Victoria being the first one, the hostess. Would you like to choose a number and find out whether you were fortunate enough to get, oh, that's a 7. Okay, so this would be that. Let's see what it reveals. No, well,
nothing.
Nothing. So this means you get to eat the chocolate rather than have. So yay, yum yum.
I'm into empty space. I could deal with it.
Oh, Marta, would you like to choose one? 4, 4, 4, 4. Yes, Marta. Okay, so
what do we have?
What do we have? We have.
Oh, how cute!
Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Count the memories, not the calories. All right, going on. Let's see that. Would you like to choose one?
Well, you look like you had to pick 4, but you picked 8, so I'll pick 4.
Oh, I picked 8. I'm so sorry. All right. Oh, all right. Marta, you got double lucky there. No, there's nothing under 4. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry. You get to eat it. See that?
Yum, 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 yum.
Okay. So let me see who else. I can't see everybody. Patricia, Echo Art Space. Would you like to choose one?
Oh, hello, Patricia. Welcome.
Good morning.
Hi.
Let's see. How about number 3?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Yep. So you are born to eat, not to process food.
Okay, nice.
I don't know that I
Or-
understand that one. To process, what do you mean, like digest?
No, processed food. The
Oh,
link is
processed.
processed
Yes,
food.
right.
So you're not
Play
to
with
process
words.
food. Yes, it's a play of words, of course, as I
Agreed.
usually do. Okay, so that was, I think it was number 3. Anyway, following up, let me see. Marianne.
Well, I will pick number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Oh, nothing. So you get to eat it.
Yum, yum, yum.
All right.
Oh,
So
no.
I think we have one more with okay. So Allison. Number 1. Ah, yes. So
The tension builds.
eat to live, don't live to eat.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
You can reverse that at will. Okay, so next person, Santiago Torres.
All right. Santiago.
There's 5 and 6 left.
He's thinking 6.
All right. All right. Yes. So
Tension builds.
tension. Da-da-da-da. Here's your fortune. Food is fuel, not therapy.
Mm.
And I think that is it. But
Last but not least,
Ivana, would you like to eat the last one? I know that it doesn't have a.
I would love that.
Oh, but I forgot. It does have a message, so you don't get to eat it. Oh, we'll give it to you anyway. I think you're one of the youngest, so you should eat it too.
Yes.
Eat to live, don't live to eat.
Oh, same one.
Same one. Okay. Okay.
We got a repetition, so you get to eat it as well.
Thank you. It's gonna fit well my oh, you can't see it. I made a dragon fruit juice, so it's gonna fit well.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow, nice.
It'll pair very well with that. All right, my
Nice.
rabbit friends and other friends in the zodiac. Happy New Year to all of you. And
Thank you so much.
you.
How wonderful. That's so great. I also think it's really interesting that Siddharth, Mariam, and myself, the 3 people organizing all of this, had empty space. I think that's beautiful because we're actually creating the context. So these things are somehow make sense, even though they're random in a way. Thank you so much. You're always bringing up such cool stuff. So who did we have next? Allison. Come on in. Spotlight's on you.
Yes, I really should
Allison,
more.
yeah, so Allison's coming to us from Minneapolis, and she is an artist who actually has a piece in the Artside Center as we speak. Maybe I'll pull up a picture I just got from Rodolfo, who visited, and he's here too. He's from
Nice.
Brazil. We have 2 people from Brazil right now, which is cool. Anyway, so Allison, all yours.
All right. Well, I'm Allison. Hello, everyone. And my contribution to the cookbook was more about how consuming things and experiencing food makes us feel. So I cheated a little bit. There is no recipe per se, but it's more about giving yourself the chance to enjoy things. And so I kind of took that with the current piece that I am working on, that interestingly enough is using EEG readouts to help us start to experience our similarities instead of our differences, but also to celebrate the differences, because each person will have a unique light show with this piece. So this is just kind of my presentation of that. And then I took the idea of this recipe and made it into, it's a cure in 51 steps for the March Hare, which was inspired by Alice in Wonderland. I've always kind of wanted to do something with Alice in Wonderland, but it never presented itself. So I felt like this was my opportunity. So that's what I did. And I found out that there are 51 regions within the rabbit's brain. So I assigned each region with an activity. So there are 51 activities engaging 51 regions of our rabbit brains. So I will go ahead and share the piece, which is called "We Have Merely Been Detected." And oh my gosh, even with such a small group, I am crazy nervous right now, but there we go. And so this is "We Have Merely Been Detected." Here is kind of the overview of the piece. I do have a video, so I'm just going to kind of flash through some of these videos or images and just let you watch the video of people interacting. This is always my cheat in lectures. I love the slide and video portion because then I can just kind of ramble on a little incoherently and then play the video. All right, here we go. It's hard to believe, but I swear to God, this child just reacted this way and was wearing this outfit. Nothing was premeditated.
What happens if you sing a song? La 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 la.
And so that is that piece. And honestly, I'm still learning from it. It's been amazing to see people's reactions to it. Some people actually truly feeling empowered by the idea that they're affecting something that is exterior to themselves, which I think is a very beautiful thing. And with this cookbook, it seemed like because food always brings all of us closer. I mean, it's something that is so based in our social fabric as a time when community comes together and shares, that it seemed like a good way to give people permission to do interesting things with food. So, and that is it. Thank you guys. And thank you, fellow rabbits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. How wonderful. Thank you so much. So that's a rabbit brain. Those are neurons. When did you start working on this?
2020.
Amazing.
Was actually became my pandemic project, even though it wasn't really intended to be, but it got me through. And I actually think that it helped really solidify like my desire to understand people better.
Amazing. And did you have in the back of your mind or in the front of your mind that your sign is a rabbit when you're working on this?
I did not. I think I have to be truthful about that. But
Actually, that makes it more interesting. It's amazing.
okay. I was like, no, but I thought that I coalescing those two things would be fantastic, because as I've learned more about my rabbit sign, actually, I was like, yeah, I think I am a rabbit more than a Sagittarius. Like,
It must have been amazing to work on this project and then find out that your sign is a rabbit. That's to me even more mind-blowing. Incredible. Cool. Well, thank you so much. Marta. So
Hello, everybody.
Hello. With your permission, can I show the party that you hosted?
Of course you can.
So let's start with this. So in 2018, I was in Portugal for a series of events that Marta organizes, and she actually suggested that we do a Hawk Zodiac, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Look at the table from top down, outside in her backyard, and everybody brought their own dishes, and we had coats that I painted, and it was just absolutely marvelous. So hostess with the mostest, amazing artist, friend here on Fulbright at Santa Fe, at Andrea Poli's program, which is also a beautiful program on ecology and the arts. And pretty soon we'll be coming to UCLA. Everything got a little bit thrown off as usual these days, but the time will tell and the perfect timing will come. So welcome, Marta.
Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Siddharth, for all of the effort and amazing work that you've been doing over all of these Hawks Zodiac dinners that I've seen around and participated in. I think at least more than one. I didn't just host, I think I participated in.
You did one with the rabbits.
Yes, we did. So I'm a rabbit too, and I learned that I'm a wood rabbit, like this year as well. And I don't have anything very specific. I contributed to the cookbook with a recipe. It's one of my favorite foods to have. It's sweet potato, and so I contributed with one very typical recipe for a cake, a sweet potato cake with coconut from the place where I am, from the south of Portugal. Of course, sweet potatoes, like potatoes in general, have all come from Central and Central America, and so the tradition is not that old, but still there. And I've also learned that the sweet potato the type of sweet potato that is more common in Portugal is also the one that is called here in the US, the Japanese sweet potato. And it's an interesting story. It's more starchy. It's more, the consistency is harder, and it's sweeter as well. And it sort of makes sense. I do have a little bit of a sweet tooth. So if you try to do the recipe, it will be closer to the one that I'm used to eating if you use the Japanese sweet potato, but it works with every type of sweet potato. There is a festival, a very, well, a food festival. I guess food festivals exist all over the world for all the fun that we have eating our food. And there's a sweet potato festival where I come from, and they couple the sweet potato festival with an interesting organism that we also eat, but it's not very common. And I think I would like to show you a little bit of that. It's a barnacle. I don't think there are many places in the world where barnacles are eaten, but Portugal and Spain, especially the Atlantic coast where these organisms grow, is it's, I think, the most expensive seafood on the planet.
What?
Mostly because it's very difficult to harvest and very dangerous to harvest. But it's also the sweet the seafood that tastes more like the sea. And it's absolutely amazing. I will share my screen just to show you what they look like, because they're really, really strange. And so we couple these two things together. It actually, we don't have any recipe that combines the two, but we do eat them at meals together. The barnacle we usually eat just plain, cooked, and that's it. Actually boiled in. And there's a really nice, so this is the festival. So it's the sweet potato and percebes, which is the name of the barnacle. This is the kind of festival that we have. So you can have a look. And this is, where is the, I have the apps from this, and so I can't find it. So it's a small video, and I will speed it up, but this is how you harvest these. And this is in Portugal.
Barnacle. Oh. We get to see what you're saying. We don't hear it.
Do you see what they're saying?
We do, but we don't hear any sound.
Sorry.
Maybe stop sharing and then click off the video audio. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Percebe.
They're the goose barnacles, or the English name for them is goose barnacles.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same as dangerous in Spain?
Marta. Santiago had a question for you. I think you're on mute.
Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I was asking that is it also as dangerous as in Portugal, in Spain?
Yes, it's the same.
Is it like in the cliffs?
It's the same coast.
Oh, okay.
Can we see how the fish looks?
Of course. Sorry, I will share it again. I'll share again.
And how does it taste?
It really tastes like the sea. It's like eating seawater.
Really? Wow.
Let me see.
Are they endangered? Wow, he's going in there.
I don't think they're endangered. No.
No.
It's just difficult to harvest, and a lot of them also are on whales and stuff. So they kind of grow crusty and
Oh, wow. Didn't
wow,
expect
that's
that.
super interesting. Me neither.
you probably just notice their outside crust when you go on walks. It's just these little like empty little crusts, but the living ones are probably much more difficult to harvest.
It's very fast here. Maybe at the end they will have.
I pulled it up, Marta. I can share it.
It's surprising to see Gordon Ramsay without him yelling at people. So
I know it's actually good. His sound is off.
Sorry.
Oops, I'm sharing
There
the
you go.
wrong. Just 1 second. I found
Images, yeah.
how it looks. Yeah, so I'll just share it very quickly. This is new to me.
Well, next time you come to Portugal, I'll feed you some of these.
Sounds good. It's this one, right?
Yes, exactly, that one.
God, so interesting.
It's like a dinosaur. It does look like a dinosaur. And you eat what's inside of the sleeve.
Wow. And this has to go in the book.
Sure. I have, because it's such a fascinating thing, I actually have some pictures I can share with you, which are not, I'll be happy to share with you.
Fabulous.
Of this.
I can only think of, I don't know if you all read Tintin with Captain Haddock saying billions of blistering barnacles.
So just to finish off, my offering, since I'm in New Mexico, couldn't be barnacles. I couldn't find them here. And I didn't have enough time to make a sweet potato cake, though I do have the sweet potatoes here. And I will make some, and I will send some pictures to you, Victoria. But I did find some chili. This is New Mexico. I found some chili chocolates. And,
awesome.
And they are amazing. And I do love chocolate with the chili in it. I think it's an absolutely amazing combination. And every time I go to, this is my first time in New Mexico, but I guess I do have mole too.
Awesome.
I have lots of friends in Mexico and I love Mexico. And every time I go there, I bring home chocolate bars with chili and mole. And it was wonderful to find here a good variety of moles that I can use, including green mole. And apparently this prize-winning chocolate bar for the hottest chocolate.
Oh, I am
you can have.
curious about that one.
You got that chocolate and espresso and you're rolling.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. Amazing.
Definitely a chocolate theme today.
Yeah, it seems like the rabbits and the chocolate go together. Anna, hi, joined us from Poland or Slovakia. How wonderful.
Hi, everyone.
Ellen, hi, nice to see you. Clarissa from Brazil, wonderful. Claire, hi, good to see you too. Cool. Eva, you're here from Vienna, right? Hi.
Hi, I'm from Austria, but not from Vienna. I'm in Graz.
Oh, you're in Graz. Nice to see you. So nice. And Rodolfo's here, also visiting from Brazil. He's a visiting postdoc who just arrived. And I said, well, you have to find out about Clarissa's research because he's looking at indigenous cultures and ayahuasca. Cool. So with that, we move to our latest features star, Santiago Torres, who's a postdoc astrophysicist at UCLA. And we've had so much fun together with alien stardust and learning about his work and plasma and neutrinos and cosmic rays and all kinds of amazing things that make us think more like a planetary citizens and less like nationalist something. So welcome, Santiago. It's always great to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. And I mean, unfortunately, we are not present eating all of these delicious recipes. But I mean, a good thing with Zoom and all this technology is that we can share this moment, right? And as you say at the beginning, Tadara and Victoria, is we live in a moment that we need more than ever to be kind of together, right? And then to see many of you from all over around the world, it really makes me happy. So I choose like an offering of food, which actually they already mentioned here is mole. And then I choose it for two reasons. First, because it's my favorite dish. Like all Mexican food is delicious because I'm from Mexico, so of course I'm biased, but I think it's good food. But mole also has this peculiar characteristic that it's a combination of many ingredients. So Mexican cuisine in general is not like one flavor. We have a lot of combinations and stuff. So I was thinking about the Year of the Rabbit, and I was thinking about the concept of all of this gathering, which is be together, many nationalities, be diverse, talk about and share. So mole, the essence of the mole is you take a little bit of everything in your kitchen, you combine it, and then you create a sauce. So I will share a little image because I'm in Sweden right now, so I couldn't prepare this, but I wanted to share some photos of guide you a little bit in the process and tell you.
So
I will.
you're visiting a visiting postdoc in Los Angeles from Mexico and in Sweden.
Yes, exactly like that. Yeah. So then I will start here by saying Happy New Year, Year of the Rabbit, and my fellow rabbits. That's very nice. And to all of them, to all of you. So very nice. And then this is kind of the first picture. So I choose this picture because it really makes the essence of what is the mole, right? I put literally the Wikipedia thing because I think it was easy and also with this, pronunciation. But mole, it comes from the Nahuatl. The Nahuatl was the language of the Aztecs, which is the main indigenous culture in Mexico. Mexico, we have so many different cultures, but the one that it was like the most important before the Spanish arrived and all of this, it was the Aztec culture, and then they spoke Nahuatl among many other languages. But then the mole is not just from Mexico City or around. It's like basically all over Mexico. There is like 10 different moles. There's green, red, all the colors you want to mention. There is a mole. It's a little bit like the curry in India. But anyway, so mole basically means sauce. Sauce for Mexico is basically you take onion, tomatoes, whatever you want to put, you put it in a blender or you do a process and then you have a mole. So here you can see the ingredients of making the traditional mole, in particular the mole negro, which is from Oaxaca region in Mexico. This is amazing and also remind me so much in my childhood because my grandmother, she used to live near to a volcano in a very tiny little town. And the celebration of, let's say, my birthday or her birthday or any, big event, it was to make mole from zero, which nowadays we don't do that. It takes like around 5 days to do this if you like do it like traditionally, and it takes a long time. It's not because it's difficult to make it, it's just because the ingredients, you need to take the chilies. I think it contains like 10 variety of chilies, different chilies. So you need to harp the chilies and then dry them, and then all of this process takes several days. But it contains chocolate. So like as we were talking about now, is a theme of the of this gathering now. Nuts, a lot of variety of chilies and many other ingredients. So the picture shows the traditional way that is in a metate, is like the rock that you create kind of a paste, and then after that you make the mole. So this is in Spanish, but I have the English translation. But I just put this image so you can see how many ingredients you have to, use. And then there is all different weird stuff, like you combine bananas with sugar, chocolate, garlic, and chilies, and etc. This is a full recipe, but of course you should take a look in the book. You can
Wow.
follow. So just to give you an idea, like it is a lot. And then also in the picture, you can see, right, it creates a very black paste. But you can combine basically with everything. But the tradition in Mexico is more like you use chicken and rice. So then, or you can make different dishes. But yeah, so if you're curious, well, nowadays you can go to the supermarket, maybe international supermarket, and you can find the mole like Marta showed us, the little can, and then you just put a little water and then like chicken soup, and you let it boil until it kind of gets a sauce, and then you just serve. Right. If you want to do it traditional, which is a lot of fun, then you will see the recipe there. And then, I mean, of course, if you are in LA, passing by, we can organize a dinner and I can make for you, and then it will be really nice to be all together. Here is me. I was in Santa Barbara. I actually met Victoria in Santa Barbara in visiting as a visiting scientist, and then a friend of mine from Ukraine. We were talking about exactly the same thing, sharing culture and stuff. So she asked me, "Can you make mole?" And I say, "Not from scratch, but I will buy the can because it's California." So she actually took these pictures and sent it to me. And then it's just like,
Great.
you put the chicken, make the chicken soup, then you cut the chicken, and then you prepare the mole, and then you let it boil. And then that's the photo of the dish that I create. It's called enchiladas, but as I say, the point is you mix the mole with everything. So this is my offering for this year, and hopefully next time we can be together, and I will be happy to make it. Not from scratch, because I'm not my grandmother. She is amazing. I'm not able to do this by myself. But yes, so that's my dish.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
And then I also wanted to share a story because I think it is like perfect year in the sense of Year of the Rabbit, but also it combines so many things of my work and then my culture. And then it was suddenly when Victoria told me about this, it was like, this is perfect. Like you combine all the things I like and then together with the Year of the Rabbit, and then we put it together. So I wanted to share a legend or a story. This basically the rabbit on the moon. As many of you might know, there is many of this story in different cultures, in China, in Asia, in Japan, I think also in India, and then in Mexico, of course, we have our own. And then that comes back to the Aztecs again, because by the way, I'm from Mexico City, so I really like I'm very involved in learning about the Aztec culture, because I think it's kind of my ancestor in a way. So that's why I like these stories. And then also when I was a kid, the only thing I could see when I was in Mexico City, it was the moon, because of course it's Mexico City. You can imagine it's a lot of pollution, the dark skies, big city. So for me it was special. And then I grew up with this story that in the moon there is a rabbit. Right, and then we all are familiar with this idea that you can see a rabbit. So when I was small, my mom used to tell me this legend or story, which is actually nice idea or like kind story. And then in this picture, you can see this is Quetzalcoatl. That's the main god of the Aztecs, which is kind of interesting also if you relate to the Chinese culture, because he's like a dragon. In this case, it's a snake. They call it the fairy snake, like with fur. And then that was the main god of the Aztecs. So the legend goes like this. I will not read it all again. It's going to be in the book, but I will just give you an overview of what is going on. So the Aztec god Quetzalcoatl was the main. He was like in the kind of in the equivalent of the paradise with all the gods gathering. That's the story, this legend about. And then he decided to come to Earth and talk with the fellows humans, like the persons that they care about, the Quetzalcoatl care about. And then he transformed into human, come back to Earth. And he was so excited to meet so many people that he started like talking for weeks and weeks, but he didn't eat anything. But because he was in a human body, he was like at some point getting very hungry, and then the body was degrading, and then he was feeling sick. So he went to sit in one of the hills in Mexico City, and then he was just watching the moon. And then suddenly a little rabbit was passing by, but because he was the god of, the Aztecs, he could talk also with the animals. So Quetzalcoatl was talking to the rabbit, and and then he asked, "Oh, what are you eating?" And then the rabbit had like a little carrot or something like that. And then the rabbit asked, "Do you want? It seems like you need some food." And then the Quetzalcoatl say, "Oh, I wouldn't, be happy to like you are eating. I don't feel good to take you for your food." So the rabbit it like got silent and then was thinking like, "Well, I'm already dying because I'm very old. I already lived my life, but it seems that you have an entire life in front of you," told the god Quetzalcoatl. And then the rabbit said, "You can eat me if you want, so then you can survive and create your own story." So the god got like very, moved by this. Like, how can a little animal say, kill me so I can survive? So then this Quetzalcoatl revealed himself and then took the rabbit and then to a trip to the universe and the stars. And then when they were coming back, they passed by the moon, and the god Quetzalcoatl thought, "Okay, this is a nice gesture. I will create kind of a print of the rabbit in the moon." And then it was like kind of an offering to the rabbit because he was so moved, the god, that the rabbit was like so kind to offer his own life to save his. So they went back to Earth, and then since then, the image of the rabbit on the moon, it's there. And then all the Aztecs create a legend and stuff, but they also create a god. There is many variants of that god name, but in the latest modern, Aztec, they call it Metzli, and that's kind of this is from the Aztecs. So you can see on the right is like a codice, kind of something that the Spanish found, like a drawing. But then it comes from also this rock that they used to venerate, or like they used to adore this god. He's called Metzli. And then I found it like very nice to share with you because this is the year of the rabbit. And I also love the moon as an astrophysicist. It's one of the objects that I like a lot. So it was all these things combined. And yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. So it is interesting to see how much connection there is in many cultures, the rabbit with the moon in general. And that's it. I'm very happy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So one of the things that came to my mind while you were talking is that the Chinese rover that went to the moon was called the Jade Rabbit.
Yes.
And it's based on the Jade Rabbit myth, which was this.
Yes.
So this is the white hare that's making an elixir of immortality on the moon. This was on an imperial robe. But I just thought it was a interesting connection. One thing we noticed is in the West, people haven't looked at the moon and seen the rabbit. It's mostly Asia and South America.
Yes.
Which is kind of interesting because I grew up knowing about it, but it's because we lived in Asia for a while when I was young. But I remember always looking at the moon and seeing the rabbit was like a big thing as a child. So thank you, Santiago.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Any comments from our esteemed guests? Yeah, that's for sure. Claire. So Clarissa, welcome again. Clarissa is a regular in the Huxleya community. Do you want to say something? You usually have something to add from the Amazonian culture.
I'm not a rabbit, but I used to.
She's a tiger, by the way. Just
no, I'm
a dragon. Sorry. Dragon.
I believe next year is the year of the dragon.
Yes, yeah, we're
Yeah.
already getting ready for you.
Oh my God. and so, but I do love rabbits. I used to raise rabbits when I was a child. And I congratulate all my friends, like beautiful, shiny rabbits. And it's an honor to have this the chance to join the like the sessions, like the Hops of Jack sessions, for so long and so many times. And thank you, Vinny, thank you, Siddharth, and thank you all who joined. It's a great pleasure. But today I'm going to share something about an experience that I had yesterday. I was sharing like a few pictures with Victoria on WhatsApp. And if you have a look in the image that I have for my background, it's we are just taking small parts of these mastruz leaves, but it's well known from Mexico to South America. It's known as Mexican tea, I believe, but here we call mastruz. And we have a small indigenous reserve here. It's a preserved area. Some community was transferred from the beach to this place. And they invited me and a couple of researchers to go there yesterday for or to learn from a healer how to produce this oil that they use as an anti-inflammatory, medicine. And it's just coconut and the mastruz leaves, or the Mexican tea leaves. Mm-hmm. And just because we're celebrating the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Rabbit, it's a beautiful new beginning. I was learning that the rabbits, they cannot eat the coconut, the fruit inside, but they can feed from the fibers, the outside part of the coconut. And the recipe that is anti-inflammatory uses just the coconut oil that's from inside and the mastruz, the leaves. And I share some pictures about of the process with you. But as an offering, I brought from the beach. I was at the beach this morning. I'm living in Portugal. I was drinking coconut oil. And yesterday, since we were just
wonderful.
Yeah, we can feed from the water and from the inside. And it was the inside we're using to extract the oil and produce the anti-inflammatory mixture. But the rabbits, they can feed from the fiber. And here at the beach, when you ask for a coconut, you're supposed to drink the water, like, to refresh. And then they produce a spoon with the coconut. They just cut the fiber, and it is the spoon for us to eat it. So there is no need for like a plastic spoon, and you just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. If you go to the beach here, everywhere in Brazil, we can have coconut this way. Then you can share with the rabbits the outside fiber.
What a nice offering, you rabbit.
I hope you like it, so you can have everything. You can use the entire coconut. And I just shared this thing. It's really fast. There is no sound. I always have problems with the sound in videos. But this is the offering. Mm-hmm. And as I said, the only part of the coconut the rabbits can feed is the husk or the coconut fiber. And here I'm just sharing a few pictures of the event I went yesterday. We're invited to try it, taste the plant. The scientific name is Gisphania ambrosiolus. And this is the time the herb grows here in this region. So it's the time you go there and you collect. And the healer was doing a meditation for 2 hours to take the leaves from the plant with respect and allow us to produce this oil. So we had to take the fiber, work in like not smashing, but extracting the central part of the fruit and producing the oil, but it's like hot oil. And then you have the leaves together in a bath. So it's there for 2 hours. And finally, you have this oil there we can use as an anti-inflammatory. And it's good for the.
Clarissa, can you show us the rest of the images? It's just staying on the first one.
Sure. This one?
No, in the slideshow, it's just staying on the first one.
Wow, I was not aware.
Yeah. That's okay. You can run through them.
Let's try this again.
There,
Sorry,
now we see it.
Yeah.
Now we see it. Good.
So just sorry, I just.
That's okay.
Yeah. And the plant.
Okay.
As I said, it's Disphania ambrosiolidis, and it's native to it's here from Mexico to South America, and both natives from Mexico, from Colombia, from Brazil, they have different uses for the plant. But this is the time now where we have this plant growing and it's like getting beautiful leaves. So they used to collect the leaves, as I said, with like a small meditation before, because the girl is a healer. She learned it from her mom, and this is the process. I'm sorry, I was not sharing the slides. I thought I was sharing. So here the oil, and the way you have these leaves together with the coconut oil, and for 2 hours in a water bath.
Oh wow!
And we filter and have this oil. And like lots of people who are there from the community, they use this oil when they have something that's not okay with the skin, or have a problems with the bones or inflammation. I try it. I never tried, so I have my sample. Now I can share in a few days if I have like something to use. So that's it. Happy New Year.
Thank you. This is a big year for the rabbits, and from what I understand, it's a good idea to go back into 2011, which is around, if you go around the circle, 12 years behind, and just think about what happened in 2011 and then the full circle coming back to now. So before we finish, I would like to ask Mariam, who's a designer in residence from Iran, but living here in Los Angeles, to share with us the beautiful book that she's finalizing now. And this meeting actually was meant also to help us complete it.
Yeah, so thank you for the introduction, Victoria, and hello again, everyone. So my offering today for the rabbits is a glimpse of the rabbits cookbook, which I'm going to share my screen. So here's the flip book that I quickly created for today. This is not the final version. More content is going to be added to this book after our gathering. So I would appreciate it if you send me your offerings and materials so I can put it in the book and we can send it out to print pretty soon. So here is some information about the rabbits, like scientific part and the ruling organ and blah, blah, blah. I'm just
blah, blah,
passing the content because it's a lot. And I also included a lot of interesting images from different science museums and platforms. So each book is going to be different regarding the content, and here it starts with the recipes and stories.
And then this is directions of how to have your own hug zodiac. And here we have the Fibonacci number that was actually created by Fibonacci when he was trying to figure out how many rabbits would replicate over time.
Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for taking part in this cookbook, and I'm looking forward to rest of the content to get the chance to finish this first edition of the cookbook after a year of my here.
Thank you, thank you. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
So any quick feedback from whoever's left here before we say goodbye and wish everyone well?
I just have a funny story around the year of a rabbit, and you know, it drew my attention that it is a year of a rabbit, and the village where I have my permacultural garden in Slovakia is called Lechnica. But there is a local joke around that this village has a nickname, and this nickname is a village of rabbits. because people here have this peculiar manner of tending to their gardens, meaning that basically all the gardens are located outside of the village. And when you approach this place, all you see is like small patches of land with vegetables being, you know, grown there. So that's how the village earned its nickname, Village of Rabbits, because it seems like everyone here eats basically vegetables and green leaves. So that's you know the neighboring villagers gave it this village such a funny nickname. So I think in the context of a year of a rabbit, I hope it means that it's gonna be a prosperous year for all of us here. Thank you very much for sharing these fascinating stories.
Thank you, Anna, for joining. You must be jet lagged. So Anna just came back from being actually in Los Angeles and San Francisco, and it was great to have you here, Anna.
It was a wonderful time, absolutely, and I still miss Mexican cuisine.
Yes. All right, so any last words before we say our parting rabbit goodbyes? Claire?
Let's also honor the cats because
that's true.
Year of the cat.
So that's
Claire,
exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, you read her mind.
So I wanted to think about the Year of the Cat because it was in Victoria's invitation and I never heard of the Year of the Cat. So the Year of the Cat is a Vietnamese misinterpretation of the Chinese word Mao, which means rabbit.
Oh, you're kidding. That's
what I found online. Now, I don't know how reliable that is, but I thought that was pretty cute. So Mao sounds like meow. And so in Vietnam, they celebrate the Year of the Cat. And I had brought my cats to join me, but I finished my breakfast and my cats left.
I went to sleep. Well, I'll tell you, we definitely have a cat person here. Clarissa has, I don't know, how many cats do you have, Anna, too? How many? 7 cats. She's got 7 cats.
And mom and
The whole family.
I would say every year is a year of a cat.
Every year is for every animal, actually. It's just once a year the spotlight goes on one. But as I said, where all the animals are within us. And I really am always so enriched by this meeting. And Siddharth, do you want to say some last words if you're still around or your kids took you away? Let's see. I guess not. He's got a 3-year-old, so we understand. So anyway, let's just take a moment to reconnect with this group of wonderful animals, humans, and wishing to the rabbits in particular that when the spotlight is on you, you really shine and are protected and reach your full amazing potential. And we're so excited to feature you and to put this book out and online promote what you're doing. We're going to keep going and send our thoughts to the event, to the people who just suffered from this horrible event on the Chinese New Year, and wish them well through these very, very tough times. And again, Siddharth and I both feel so strongly that building a community that also Pat mentioned, this kind of bubble that we can form between friends from all over the world is just so wonderful. And let's look forward to meeting in person and celebrating life and being on this planet together. Thank you, everybody.